Na'Vi's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Na'Vi's turn to pick.
Drow Ranger.
Radiant team pick.
Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back again to the Dota Pit Season 5. We're going to be taking a look at game number 2 now. It's Na'Vi facing off against Team Empire. I'm Lyrical, going to be joined as well by Tsunami. And this time around, we got the Drow Ranger into the immediate Phantom Assassin Slardar combo. How you doing? How you feeling about this combination of heroes from Empire here?
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Well, I feel like it might almost be like a double bluff here, because the other team that I saw run PA Slardar first 2 was NP, and they ran it for the position 4 Phantom Assassin, where you just spam out daggers and you do a dual lane with these guys, and then eventually it turns into just like maximum spam of awfulness, because you can throw like an amp damage onto them, you can keep on spamming out those daggers. I don't know if that's the way that Empire are going to play it, but it's at least something that they could do to switch it up if we do see that Winter Wyvern pick, but for now it's just going to be the Oracle.
5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
I mean, that's the question really, is like, is it actually dead? And considering that you do still get a decent amount of levels in a dual lane, and you do tend to max dagger first, I don't know if it's completely dead. I mean, even at level 2, you start looking at how much range it gets, which actually isn't said on the Stifling Dagger tooltip. Yeah. I mean, 750 is still pretty decent. So, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I personally think that it can still be strong, particularly if you've got the Slardar who, you know, gets up to that level 6, and you essentially turn into a 4th core, which is a problem. But we'll see how it goes.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Yeah, no, definitely. And, well, we got the next set of bands that are coming out now. It's the Huskar as well as that Lifestealer Batrider. So Nice stuff all around early, and that was something obviously that Navi used to great effect in the last game, although
Radiant
I don't
team
know if
pick.
we would have seen a Huskar with the Drow Ranger already there. Maybe we would have. I don't know, somewhat questionable, but not the worst thing in the world. And they ban out the Rubik as well.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Yeah. Well, and that's the beauty of the pick, really, is that I would agree that, and I think that also with like a Slardar PA in the game, you put yourself a little bit more in a vulnerable spot as that Drow Ranger in the mid lane, because both of these heroes deal with it well, regardless of which position they get played in, whether it's that position support for Phantom Assassin or if it's a core. If Slardar, is going to be playing that, like, I think we saw a couple of support Slardars come out, or even offlaners. You think about it, a guy like KP who plays it for newbie, and he'll run around a lot towards the mid lane and make ganks happen on this hero as well, just because of how potent Sprint can be. So I would worry about how strong it could be, but it is still a possibility that Empire have to account for. And at least for now, they're going to pick another strong laning support, the Witch Doctor, which is pretty interesting as well.
Storm Spirit!
Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining.
I love this decision too, though.
5
The
seconds
Navi
remaining.
and interestingly enough, the Dendi drafting Navi takes Storm Spirit with the Drow Ranger. Now, this right here is a combo I can get behind. I have seen this combination of heroes picked so often in Chinese Dota or banned out so many times, and I feel like it is incredibly strong. Storm Spirit just already in the late game is hard to deal with, but if you give him that early game boost of damage with the Drow Ranger aura, and not to mention even more late game potential out of him, he just does really become this unstoppable force. And I like the Juggernaut as an answer to it a little bit, just to make sure he doesn't get ganked, but still, I think the Storm Spirit might be feasting a little bit later on. A couple of these squishy supports.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Five seconds remaining. Reserve time.
No. I think that maybe the idea is like an answer to it in lane is a possibility, but even that's going to be a little tough. Now, the thing that I'm really curious about is we see the art style Chen get banned out, what the last hero is for Empire. And I agree with you, they really do need that last little bit of control, something else. I wouldn't mind a silencer. You think about like a Slardar Crush into Global Silence and then follow that up with like either A, if Juggernaut at that point in time has Manta Diffusal, or B, if you can just get the Omni Slash off. That's a way to kill the Storm Spirit, but it does feel like it's going to need several of those parts to come together. And I mean, honestly, Storm could then just build into a Eul's Scepter and it's still a problem. Alright. Yeah, and still a lot of options left. They obviously took away the Chen, that global healing presence, and early game securing the mid lane. We'll see what Navi want to go for. If they wanted to take that still style, like Enchantress is in the pool, but I kind of feel like, I don't know, they could just take something like an Omni here if they wanted to even. It doesn't feel like they need a ton more damage with already having Drow Aura, on 3 heroes and like the big bursts and stuff, but
10 seconds
Yeah.
remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Admiral Konka.
Radiant team pick.
Oh my god. Yeah, and this is a huge problem actually, because now you've got Storm Spirit with X marks the spot from Kunkka. If Na'Vi get off to a hot start, they are never going to stop the aggression. And Empire do decide to go back for the Enchantress. I like this pick. You need to sort of try and shut down Dendi a little bit, because he will just take over this game with these heroes. Every hero on Na'Vi is about enabling Dendi here. Whether it's Tidehunter, you know, creating a Ravage, an opportunity for him to focus somebody, Kunkka X-marking him to keep him topped off on mana when he TPs back home, Oracle being able to save his life, and of course Drow Ranger, that steroid of damage. It might just be the Dendi show. How are you feeling about Empire's draft here?
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Prepare for battle.
Yeah, that's definitely true, and there are ways to deal with it, of course, like a long-range zip to mitigate it, but it's something you have to play around, which you don't necessarily want to have to do. And it does feel to me like Empire's draft as a whole is about trying to shut down, like they realized there was no hero that was going to be able to kill off the Storm Spirit in the late game consistently, because he can always itemize to deal with it, but I guess their idea is to try and shut it down before that happens. We'll have to see how well it works, and, well, Empire grouped up. Do you think that they're going to run aggro here and maybe stick Ghost Stick in the bottom? I don't know. Yeah.
30
It's tough.
seconds to battle.
Oh, Dendi drops a Remnant. See if that's going to keep them from going in on him. Tidehunter should be able to get the one bottom, so if Empire just let this happen, they're going to drop a... They don't even drop the second Remnant. Wow.
Stupendous for me.
Dendi's image that explodes is enough to scare off Empire. All right. Oh, and it looks like General going to try and sneak a couple of these creep waves here. He does get 2 of them, but now going to get spun upon. Needs to eat his way through, and will be able to walk away from that one. But he's still taking a lot of damage. Hasn't skilled up Kraken Shell as of yet either. And it looks like he will be able to get a couple of these creeps, range 1 included. But he'll take some damage for it on his way out. Oh my god. Oh. Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff indeed. It is going to be G playing the Phantom Assassin in the mid lane against Dendi. This matchup, you know, you got a couple of different nukes. Is there one that you feel a little bit favored over the other? They might think about it, though. Miposhka, not the best kill creeps in the world. The Centaur Conqueror is there with the Stomp, obviously. And then you've also got the nice little Hadouken that can come out. But it looks like for now, Dendi going to play it a little bit safer and see if... Oh, they're spotting him. Yep, well, the stomp could come. They did get a nice slow with it. Dendi going to turn back around, tries to dodge the gank. They do get the purge onto 3, but it's still going to be the first blood going the way of the Enchantress. And that is certainly not the start that they wanted for that Storm Spirit.
Invisibility.
And it looks like they're going to try and rotate in and mess with this Enchantress's farm. Art style is there, and we'll take a little bit of a beating as he passes through. With only level 2, though, it looks like they are not going to be able to catch up to that Enchantress. And even if they did, I don't think they find it. Just trying. Yeah, completely agree. Well, in the meantime, Drow Ranger level 3 for herself, and has been able to bring up those other couple of heroes to help her with the laning stages. Art style is just going to keep on running away. It does feel like they're very much going to be hampered. And I guess this is what you were talking about with needing to be a hero that gets stuff done without levels, because it feels like Kunkka might be a little lacking as the game goes on.
Denied.
Yep. We'll pick up the rune maybe. We'll see if he's able to stick around. Now
this is a fleet.
I think this is a kind of good decision, but Dendi might still go down regardless. And, well, Tidehunter moving in, trying to help him out. Only level 3 for the moment. Turn on to G. They do have the proc there and maybe going to be able to do something. They still have vision onto Dendi. Doesn't hit. Overlord charge still intact as well. Can they find the kill? Tries to go for it. They do find it. So Oracle moving in, able to take down G. That was a big kill. But do they still lose Dendi? They have a chase. They gets punched one time in the face. Oh man, Mud Golem's OP.
Radiant's
Nature
middle tower
attend
is
us.
under attack. Dire's
Ow.
bottom tower is under attack.
Nicely played. All right, well, Golem could be available. Tosses out one. Might be able to find a second. Artstyle in some trouble. The second boulder smash and the third. Oh, Mud Golems. Lordy, lordy. He tapped through those quick. Found the kill.
Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah. Oh, and they might be able to throw another one onto Dendi as well. The other thing about it is the range is kind of absurd, how far you can toss him. So good stuff there. Well, 3-2 so far, and it feels like the winner on all of this is definitely Aloha Dance, left completely to his own devices. 40 last hits, compare that to the 26 of the Drow, and they're having a great time. Well, he does get the crush, so not able to get the pullback. A little bit unfortunate there. The arrow's gonna connect as well, but, well, no more way to break that TP,
Dire's
and
middle tower
that might
is
be
under
something
attack.
they have to deal with at some point in this game. They've only got X, Torrents, pull from Storm, not a whole lot.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
That's true. I mean, PA might become a problem later. That is a hero that's very maneuverable and causes a lot of issues and damage if you're not able to burst through her. Might even, I mean, at some point you might need to think about building an MKB or something, but
Dire's bottom
it's
tower
still a
is under
long
attack.
ways off before that's going to even enter in the mind of these players. Spin top lane in some trouble. They already took down the tower, and now General needs to get that proc of the Kraken shell. It isn't quite there, and doesn't matter. He ends up popping. They find the kill. Witch Doctor gets it. Oh my god. How do you just like walk into a juggernaut like that? That ain't good. Well, unfortunate there. And the Witch Doctor going for more in the Maledict. You want to try and find whatever kills. I mean, this is again CIS Dota. I feel like Empire are going to try and, you know, shut down this Storm Spirit just by virtue of running at them consistently. And it's something that at least has worked pretty well for them. They're off to a 5,000 gold lead. Empire hitting everything that they need to. Oh, top lane. They get the torrent. There's the silence as well. Now on to them, but G is going to be able to find the kill. They zip right into a stun, and Artstyle now also in some trouble. He has a decision. Who do I hit? The person that's going to slow me when I hit him, or the person I can't even attack? Dendi now getting jumped upon again. Maledict and eliminated. G just destroyed him. Oh, man. Why don't you think about that for a second, Ditchera? Oh, man. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's true. It's, and I kind of feel like this is just, it's part of the reason why the Enchantress does work as a pick. It's something that it either goes pretty well, and then you need to build off of that and then, like, you know, win, or it just goes terribly wrong. And it feels like it's been going pretty well. So hopefully it doesn't make that switch over, but it's definitely kind of, it's an all or nothing type of hero where if you find those kills early, if you're able to shut down Dendi in the mid lane, your game from there can just build upon itself and you snowball out of control, and that's what Aloha Dance is allowing them to do as well. I mean, 101 with 64 last hits, he's top of the net worth. He's been having a fine game.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Alright, well, 9 minutes into it, both tier 1 towers gone, and this feels like it needs to be a strong response. They do have Ravage available, so they can't really stop the pressure that's going to be mounted along this bottom lane. I don't know if Empire... Like, this to me feels like a good response from Na'Vi. You aren't really going to be able to fight into this super effectively into Ravage. How do you respond if you're Empire? Like, do you just keep on trading off towers and find pickoffs?
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Yeah, well, it does look right now like Na'Vi want to move in and try and defend the tier 1 in the mid lane. They smoked up with 3, head over this direction, and they might be able to actually find a good team fight for themselves here. You get a surprise Ravage, suddenly everything that's sort of gone wrong is going to end up tilting back into Na'Vi's favor. But it does feel like, at least for now, Empire, if they don't get the jump onto them, Empire will kind of just be able to pick them apart. They've got a very strong lineup right now, and I don't know, is there anything that you think is lacking? Oh, and it looks like King R is going to be the one to break the smoke, and they're going to jump forward, find the kill onto him. Meanwhile, it looks like Empire not wanting to back out completely. They do jump forward, find Dit Xiaora, and the rest of the team is in the river. What are you guys doing? It's your carry, go help him out. Oh, Dendi, he's going to get chased down on Tsuneko as well. They get the amp damage onto Dendi, jumps away for the moment. They've already killed off the Oracle and the Drow Ranger. They just need to get the heck out of here. He's out of mana. Has the regen rune, and well, it is going to get broken. Oh, there's the crush. They connect. Stendi, he drops. Oh, comedy of errors and a mixture of misplays. Na'Vi end up losing 3 in their attempt to try and turn it back around, and now, I mean, Slardar is ahead of everybody on Na'Vi's side. They're tearing them apart.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Oh. Yeah, that's the X mark. They're going to be able to do a lot of damage to him. Did get off those Nature's Attendants and still dropping low. It's finally going to be brought down. Took a lot of heroes though, but Storm Spirit gets a little bit of gold under his belt there. 2,000 damage done, and that's how much it took the killer. 2,200. It's absurd.
Radiant structures are fortified. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's top tower is under attack.
No, it's true. They're not very afraid of this Tidehunter, and I mean, honestly, if they wanted to, they could just turn in Omnium. Like, he is not that survivable. I guess that Oracle would be able to save the day at the end, but it is feeling pretty rough, and I guess with the rest of the heroes here, they are going to back out, but it just shows how confident Aloha Dance is at this point. Do you think that he goes back for a Sanjin Yash into like the Scotty build, or you kind of like the Manta style diffusal route this game for Aloha Dance? Alright. Yep, they're going to spot out General. This might be a bit of a scary one to go upon, but with the Blink Dagger available, they're looking forward. Go for the backline instead. Get the Kunkka, able to spin away and through that Ravage. But meanwhile, Dendi on the backlines was trying to kill off the Poshka. They get the Omni, doing a good bit of damage. Everybody's stunned up and going to be brought down. The boat comes far too late. 3 already dead, and guess what? That is going to be a dead Tidehunter as well. That went just about as bad as it could have.
Roshan has fallen to the Radiant.
And I mean, it was a decent attempt. Again, you think about that instance, you pop your Ravage, maybe a little bit too late, you could have caught the Slardar with it, but you end up finding at least a couple of the heroes, and then, you know, Dendi tries to kill him on the backline, but the fact that Ghost Stick was able to get into the Kunkka, just it all went wrong from there, and now he might be able to find another. If he can get a jump onto Artstyle or Seneko, instead they're just going to go onto General. Kunkka also in some trouble now, taking some more damage. They got the Dispel out, but the boat is not going to hit onto anybody. Just trying to keep themselves alive, but that means no boat for a little while.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Oh god! Oh no! Dead in the jungle.
Dire's middle tower has fallen. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Oh man. But by the same token, I mean, if your Storm Spirit's below the Enchantress, I don't know, it feels like there's been a collection of misplays this game by Na'Vi, and they're severely hurting for it. Maybe it's just the draft, but General also, well, they got the Torrent to keep them back, but they're hitting tier 3s, and it doesn't feel like Na'Vi can stop this. What's their outspam? They don't have anything. Oh. No. And I mean, you just look at that. Kunkka takes right around almost 500 damage with one dagger with Amp on him. Like, they are really hurting this game. And it does feel like it's almost inevitable at this point. I mean, 12,000 net worth lead, there's been bigger comebacks. But it's going to need something really strong out of Na'Vi to make this happen. And it might start, I don't know, with PA losing their Aegis possibly? They jump forward, crush. All right. Tiara save, both gonna go in, doesn't deal any damage, but applies the debuff. Storm jump backs out, and with the Ravage expended, that's gonna be the first stage it's gone. King R, Witch Doctor Ultimate from the low ground, doing a good bit of damage. They crush onto General, still taking it. The Kraken Tail keeping him alive, but not enough for those crits. Too strong. The tide is gone, no Ravage, no boat. This is Barracks.
Dire's middle barracks fall. Dire's middle barracks are under attack.
Oh my god.
Radiant victory.
Well, very, very well played indeed by Team Empire. Able to come back in a strong way after a disappointing game.